What's up, everyone? I am back with another episode of What Now? We are still in a pandemic, we are still in a lockdown, and so we still need inspiration. Uh, Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are tuned in from in the world. What's up, Mike? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, don't mind this hairdo. I had no idea what to do with this hair today. Yeah, I hope everyone is doing well, that you guys are safe and happy. And in order to keep you guys staying inspired and motivated, I have another amazing guest today. His name is Bizkit. He is just about anything in the book. This multi-talent is a producer, an actor, a model, an engineer, and saxophonist, an artist all around. And I see he's already joined us, so I can't wait to have an incredible conversation with him. I'm going to get him in here. If you guys have questions or please refer to the question box down here, because I'd like to keep the conversation flowing. And so I will get to the questions when I get a chance. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I appreciate everybody. Hope you get inspiration. What's up, Biz?
What's good?
How are you?
I'm good.
In your beautiful new lighted house.
Yeah.
I saw that you had some help with the lighting. It looks
Of
awesome.
course. Yeah. I've been staring at the thing like, man, I want to get this shit done. And my
You got it
homegirl
done?
just said, yeah, I got you. So I said, cool.
Got to take that offer. Got to take people up on that offer. How's your new place so far? Are you enjoying it? Did you make it your home
Oh yeah.
already?
Oh yeah, I like it. It's almost done. Just got a couple more things I want to add to it. But, yeah. I'm happy with it.
Cool. Okay, you're eating your breakfast?
Yeah.
Lunch? Lunch? I don't know what it is.
Late breakfast.
Late breakfast. I've been doing that lately. Okay, so people, thank you again for tuning in. For those who don't know what Now is about, this is a motivational series that I started at the beginning of the pandemic, which is almost a year ago. This is talk number 74, I want to say. And
Oh wow.
I'm very excited to keep this inspirational series going because people have a need for it. So Biz, I honestly felt you are the perfect guest for this, not just by what you've already accomplished in your career so far, but also the person you are. When we first had a conversation, it was just full of inspiration and positivity. This is what the world needs.
Yes.
So one of the things that I always start off with in this series is, how has the pandemic affected you personally and professionally?
Um, Personally, I mean, it's giving us a chance to like slow down and like, reassess some things and also see some things we didn't really realize that was out there because, everything's so accessible now with the internet and everything. And for professionally, it's been the best for me.
How is that? Why has it been the
I
best
mean,
for you?
music is done, a lot online now. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of online stuff. People have been needing mixes and, records, and we've been working with a lot of cool people lately. So yeah, it's a
Well,
good.
so
And then my commercial
oh yeah,
hit, and, everybody been home watching that, seeing that, and they've been seeing the commercial over and over and over again. At least out here in the States.
right.
And out of sight, out of mind. But now I'm in their sight all the time.
You did a great job. Like, I'm gonna stay in your face, not just in your ear, in your face too. Well, I guess that's one of the perks of having those many talents. You don't have to, rely on one type of thing
Mhm.
to keep going. I think that's one of the greatest things about being multi-talented. Can you, I'm happy that it went great for you, and I'm happy that you're able to slow down and focus on some things. But are
Mhm.
there things that have affected you kind of like, I don't want to say negatively, but less well?
I mean,
Yeah, you're gonna have to do talking. I'm sorry. I know you're eating, but
I guess I'm done now. But I guess not. being able to see as many people,
Right.
and being able to travel and perform. You know,
Yeah.
performing is one of my favorite things to do. So not being able to do that hurts. And
Or see your family, because you're from Philly and you're in LA right
yeah,
now, right?
yeah, I haven't seen my family for like a year, so
Yeah.
being able to be easy to travel and do that too. So yeah.
But I like the fact that you focus on the good stuff.
Mhm. I mean, that's all you can really do.
Yeah. Well, we say that, but it's not as natural for everybody else.
No.
And this is exactly why I started this. Around me, I saw people all depressed and frustrated and just
Mhm.
really not seeing an out in this. And so
Mhm.
hearing from other people and other creators how they're dealing with it gives them ideas on, what to focus on or how to deal with it, how to cope with this pandemic.
I
So,
mean, also gave me a chance to, fall back and listen to what other people were doing to figure out how I could fit in the scheme of everything that's going on
right.
too. So it's,
Have you figured it out?
I think so.
Oh, that's good. I
I think
mean, we're
so.
still in a lockdown, so we have some time to figure it out, but it's good if you
Yeah,
already did.
yeah, yeah. I'm excited. I got some cool music about to drop soon, so
Well, we're
I'm really
excited
excited
about that
about
too.
it.
Um, to talk a little bit more about the effect of the pandemic, have you changed anything about your health routine,
Oh yeah,
physically, or yeah? What was
oh
that?
yeah, man. I got like all these different vitamins and elderberry gummies, and been rocking with sea moss a little bit, and I got like all these different things to like make sure I'm like I can move and
Right.
get my back all aligned and everything. I got like this back roller thing. I got this other thing called the chi machine that like wiggle
Oh,
your
wow.
legs and aligns your back, and I got all kinds of
Does it work for you?
stuff.
Do you see that? Do you feel the progression
Yeah.
or the change? Did you
Hmm.
start in the beginning, or is that something that you felt like, maybe I should do this?
I mean, I started doing it, because we've been so still and haven't been able to
Yeah.
do that much movement and stuff, and not having to walk and stuff. You lose that after a while. So,
Oh, who you telling? I started today for the first time in 7 months with a workout
yeah,
again. It was kicking my
yeah.
butt.
I'm not really a guy to work out, but
Well,
I
I
did
do it
lose a
in my.
lot of.
I'm not either, but I got to do something. I don't have the space for all these
Hmm.
tools, so I have to do it
Yeah.
with myself. Okay, that
and I
sounds
did,
bad.
and I did lose a lot of weight during the pandemic
Me
too.
too.
So,
I lost
yeah.
a lot of weight. Like I
Hmm.
know a lot of people are talking about they're gaining weight because they're sitting still, but I
Hmm.
don't do as much, so I don't eat as much because I don't use as much energy, I guess.
Hmm.
So yeah, but I also lost a lot of muscle weight. Like yeah,
Yeah.
weak. I'm weak. Like I'm very sad. I'm a sad, weak person right now. Don't ask me to help you move because I can't lift a box.
Yeah.
How about mentally? There's a lot of people that were affected mentally by this. Losing income or business, can't seeing their friends and family. Is that something that you feel like you had to pay attention to with yourself?
No,
That you're,
because
yeah,
I've had to mentally deal with negativity and struggle for so long. So
before that already, yeah.
why when it's well, for me anyway, it's at the best place that I've been, in my career. Why would it be worse now?
Well,
So,
it's interesting that you say that because I had the same thing in the beginning of the
hmm.
pandemic. I'm like, well, I've been through all these struggles and all these hardships. This is
Hmm.
really but I was trained to deal with this, and so I
Yeah.
guess all the shit that I've been through was good for a reason. It prepared
Yeah,
me for
and
this.
then also because I've had faith during
Yes.
all my down times, I'm gonna lose it now because it's a worldwide thing
No, you're
now.
very right. And that is something that a lot of people either lack or lose, like you said, in these times. Like, why did God put us on? No, God is here to help you through these things. And if you believe that, then you
Hmm.
know that there's a plan and that the blessings will come.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, talking a little bit about your career, starting out as a saxophonist and then
Um,
going. into producing and then going into being an artist? Like, how did you find out about all these talents?
Well, I started off playing sax in the fourth grade, and then after I graduated high school, I wanted to do playing the horn section for different artists. So that's what I started doing that in Philly with gospel choirs and R&B groups that were coming up in Philly, and even Jasmine Sullivan. I went to high school with her.
Oh, I love
So
her.
yeah, so I was in one of her first bands too.
Wow.
So that was like all in the beginnings. That was at the five spot in Philly. And what happened after that? And then then I ended up playing saxophone on Deja Vu for Beyonce. And then I toured with John Legend
You just say it
for.
so casual, like, oh, and then I just started playing Sex Foundation with
How am I
Beyonce.
supposed to say it?
Okay, well, let me rephrase the question.
I played saxophone on Deja Vu for Beyonce. Like, how do you want me to say it?
No, no, no. I'm going to rephrase the question. I'm going to
Happy
ask
Black
you,
History Month.
you know what? Yes. You know what? You were my first guest in Black History Month. So that is a really
Hey.
great thing. And you are making history. So let's not forget that.
Oh, man.
So what was for you the first moment in your career, in your life, that you felt like, wow, this is success for me. Now I know that I can do this for, making my money and do this for what I love to do.
This is success for me.
Or I've now tasted success. I can do this for a living.
I think when the Beyonce thing hit, because it was like, okay, I'm from Philly, want to play the saxophone, and now I'm on Beyonce song that's a #1 record, and on every radio station, and then I'm like, oh, this is my first taste of a #1 record, and then
Right.
I did that with Rodney Jerkins, so it made me say, oh, 'cause being at his studio and listening to the speakers
Oh, yeah.
and seeing how he producing all these people, like, why, my grandma asked me why can't I be Rodney Jerkins? So I was like,
Yeah, why not?
so
And
then, so that,
you're on your way to it.
yeah, so then I was able to go on the road with John Legend for 8 years, and I had nothing but downtime, so that's when I was able to produce and learn how to produce. And
Right.
I really wasn't that good, but but
And you got
was
to
learning,
practice.
was
Yeah.
going through the motions and everything. But yeah, and then after that, we produced Tonight for John Legend featuring Ludacris, and that went #1 on Urban AC and was in Think Like a Man movie 6 times.
Right.
So yeah, it's
Do
just
you
been.
feel like, because when we talk about this, and the reason why you say it so casually is because there's so many artists that are busting their butt off, like, I'm not in that situation. Do you feel like you've worked to get in that position?
And most definitely.
Right, because I need you to really stress that it didn't just come to you like, oh, then I was working with
No.
Beyonce. Yeah.
I toured with John Legend for 8 years, but before I got there, I was okay. So I did the deja. So the way I got the Deja Vu thing was because I was playing in a gospel choir, and the bass player that was in the choir produced for Rodney. So that's how I ended up
So that
there.
was a connection, right?
That was a connection. And then after that, I auditioned for Diddy. I made his band for 5 days, but then I think he figured out, oh, I don't want a bunch of fat dudes in my band, so we got fired.
Are you
And then,
serious?
yeah.
Wow.
And then after that, I didn't go back home. Some of my friends played in John Legend's band. So then I went to New York to go see my boys, but they
Right.
had already left. But the music director was still there at the rehearsal space. So then we went in and we jammed. He played drums, we played horns, and then a couple months later we auditioned. And then I had to audition 3 times to make the band, and then I made the band. So
Right. Okay. So
No,
this
it's
is
been all
right.
it's all.
And the reason I asked that and wanted to stress that is because, again, this is an inspirational series.
Yeah.
And so people need to understand that it's hard work, determination,
Hmm.
cultivating relationships, nurturing relationships. And again, you started out in a gospel band. Not a
Yeah.
lot of people may see that as, oh, I want to be, a commercial success, mainstream
Hmm.
success. You may have to
Hmm.
start somewhere else in
Oh
order to
yeah.
meet the right people. So it's all
Hmm.
timing and hard work.
Oh yeah.
You can't just get there overnight.
No.
That's what I wanted you to explain to these people.
Yeah,
How was
I've been at this for about 15 years. So yeah,
right?
like
So
professionally 15 years.
he didn't wake up with a sax in his hand and started playing for Beyonce. No, that did not
No.
happen.
Started in fourth grade.
Right. That was a
Yeah.
skill that he mastered.
Yeah.
So who do you think was really instrumental in teaching you in this industry? What person? It doesn't have to be one of the big names, but was there a person that really was instrumental for you in order to stay on this right path other than God?
A person. I guess watching John and seeing him, from second album and the different levels and things he's risen up to. So, just seeing that whole journey was amazing.
You paid attention to that to see how this
Yeah,
industry really, really moves and works. Because you worked with his brother.
yeah.
Did he teach you like some major things about this industry or how to work on an album or produce?
Nobody really teaches you that. You kind of like just like okay. When I was in Philly, I was in a gospel group. I was playing with this gospel rapper named T Wise, and he had a bunch of musicians in his band that played for like different people like Jay-Z and
Right.
Pharrell, and they played for everybody. Then I ended up playing for John, so his whole band was just like
Professional.
we all
Yeah.
ended up like playing for all the big artists or whatever.
Wow.
So, but those guys, they we call them Boots and Irv. They were producers too, and they produced for T Wise, and I would see them
Right.
produce, and then also touring, being next to drummers, helped me learn like patterns and what to do with snares and kicks and stuff. So yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you just paid attention. You were a student of everything around you.
Yeah.
Um, so what I miss nowadays is when I grew up, I'm old people. When I grew up, we had like booklets with
Mhm.
credits to
Mhm.
musicians, producers, background singers, whoever worked on a record or a song, you could find out who they were. And what I loved about that is that the people that I listened to were all using the same people. And
Mhm.
just like you're now telling me that all these people in the band were playing for the big ones, I don't
Mhm.
read that anymore. And I know I should go on Spotify and click the credits, but the musicians aren't there. It's
Man,
just
sometimes they're not even right because one of
right.
my Miguel records don't even have me on the Spotify thing. So it's like,
You're
yeah, it's
missing a
crazy.
lot of credits unless you know a person or you talk about
Hmm.
it. Um, I can't make those connections anymore. What you now said, like you played for this and this person, I'm like I wouldn't have known. But back then, I knew all the musicians that were used for certain artists in the same genre or not even the same genre. It was so dope to
Yeah,
read, and I do miss that. So I love
yeah,
hearing about this, and honestly, I would love to know who all these other musicians were so I can look them
hmm,
up and see what they're doing.
yeah,
I'm a big fan of live music and musicians.
hmm.
So how did that transfer? How did that roll into you really doing production work and producing these big hits? Like when did you feel like you were ready for it, or were you just playing around and suddenly you had a hit?
I mean, you just believed in it. You in the studio with your boys because I've always done it with Butter, and then we had another partner before that. So we were already like zoned in, and then when other people love what we were doing, then it was like, oh yeah. So you know, it's just a studio vibe. You don't really know.
Do you feel like do you feel like all these artists that you've produced for came to you because you put in the work with names, touring with names?
Mm,
Or did
it's
you
been
put in the
all
work too?
it's been all different scenarios. You know, sometimes it was if I had a management and this or that happened,
All
or if I
right.
seen somebody at a party and then all this happened, and they're like, "Oh, you produced that song. I love that song. Let me
Right.
see what you got." You know, all kinds of stuff.
So it comes down to networking again,
All day,
and hanging with the right people, building the
all day,
relationships. You know, we always
all
in
day.
almost all the conversation, it comes down to the network and the relationships,
Yeah.
and sometimes money. But
What up, Sharon?
hello, Sherm. I don't know
Yeah,
who it is.
and then you know you know, uh, every time you meet me, I'm such a vibe. So everybody want to
You
know what that's
are
like in the
though.
studio.
You
So
are
yeah.
such a happy person. Like, if I would have met you in the street, I probably would have just chatted you up. Like, hey, you know. Or if I had
Yeah.
seen you at a show in the background playing whatever, or you know, I probably
Hmm.
would have been intrigued by
Hmm.
the energy you have.
Hmm.
Um,
What up,
what
Tay?
is what is for you the biggest mistake you've made in your career, business wise, that turned out to be the biggest lesson that you now apply and give out to others?
Biggest mistake.
Or one of them. People talk about not reading contracts or working with the wrong people, or you know,
Definitely not reading contracts.
you made that
or
mistake.
or or trusting somebody else with your contract and then listening to what they're saying that something's going to be, but then that ain't it.
And it's not documented in the contract.
And it's not negotiable, and it's like they're saying, oh well, this is that, but you signed that, but then you
Oh,
told me that okay, this is what this says, but then blah 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 blah. No, you gotta get the contract right.
right.
It's been so many different scenarios where the contract wasn't right, and then sometimes you gotta take that on the chin. Sometimes it's
Right.
like it's crazy.
But it doesn't happen to you anymore, does it? You
No,
read the contract
yeah.
and you have a trustworthy
Oh yeah, I have
attorney.
a lawyer. Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
lawyer.
Okay. So I'm just saying, like, that is one of the big things
You
that
can't be
people.
you can't be in this for 15 years and not you
Right.
can't do
But you know, this is the thing. Like, people don't want to talk about their mistakes, but the mistakes should turn out to be let everybody makes mistakes in this
that. Oh
industry. You
yeah,
have to. You have to learn from
yeah.
your mistakes because you're eager and
And then I wish I invested because I did a lot of stupid stuff as a young kid. So definitely wish I invested a lot of that money I made, especially touring because it was like
right.
continuous. So yeah.
What is one of the things that you laugh at now? One of the stupid things that you laugh at, like that was so typically me back then.
I was a hothead. I like somebody pissed me off, like I let you know if they pissed me off. If I remember one time I I sent out like a mass I used to send out mass emails to people, especially if I was mad about some shit. You know, I was pretty terrible.
Well, I think it's very interesting that you were able to do that and still not burn bridges, so to
Oh,
speak.
I definitely burnt a few bridges.
Yeah.
I definitely did.
You
But
just
I
have
think
to build some new ones.
some of those emails were to burn the bridge.
That's
So
hilarious.
yeah,
Do you run
so
into
yeah.
those people still?
Sometimes, I run into them like especially on some business stuff, like oh we end up on the same project together or something. But yeah,
And then you just like, hey,
yeah,
what up?
yeah.
That's funny. Are there
Mm.
incidents where you feel like, you know, you were wrong and you really, well, obviously you said you wouldn't do that anymore. How do you deal with that now if you get mad at somebody? How do you deal with that at this point instead of sending mass emails or screaming at people? How do you go about it now? You pray?
I just take it kind of now.
You let it go?
Yeah, like if it's something that's like too far past what the lawyers to take care of, then like I'm whatever.
Do you think that
What's for me is for me.
letting go is a good thing in this industry? Learning to
Sometimes it
choose
is,
your
sometimes it
battles.
ain't. Like it's been a couple of instances like with some labels, like they offer me like some extremely low amount of money. I ain't never worked with that label again. They never call me again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all different things. So yeah,
Yeah, you are, just for the audience, people that are tuned in, you are completely independent. You have
yeah.
no ties. You do everything yourself.
I just have a lawyer. That's it.
Right. And
Hmm.
your team of, producers or whoever you work with. What do you
Hmm.
think is the hardest part of doing everything yourself?
Mm,
Especially since you do
I
so
mean,
much.
I don't do everything myself. I do everything with my partner, Butter. So
Yeah, but I
um,
mean, as an independent artist.
I don't know. See, the thing is this: when we grew up in Philly, we didn't realize that there was supposed to be so many hats, this, that, and the other. We thought that you were supposed to, you're
Yeah.
supposed to know everything
Yeah.
and do everything. Like, especially as a producer, I didn't know that you were just supposed to make the beats. I thought you were supposed to engineer, you're supposed to mix, you're supposed to record, you're supposed to arrange and all that stuff. So now me and my partner,
You
it's
do
just me and
everything.
him, and
Yeah.
we do everything that normally 10 hats normally do. So
So that's normal
yeah.
for you. So you grew up just knowing that you should know all these things. So I guess
Yeah.
that's an advantage, and this is why you probably can do everything yourself with your partner.
Yeah.
Um, but not everybody can do that. What do you advise
No.
people that can't do that?
I don't know. You gotta figure out how to find somebody that you can be in workspace soulmate.
Yeah.
You need a workspace soulmate,
Yeah.
and like because I know so many people that came out here, especially the LA and stuff. They came with a group. They ain't together no more.
Yeah. I see
You
that. I see that
know what I'm
happening.
saying? Me and Butter, we know each other since 2000. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. If you have that click and you can trust that person pretty much with everything. If you can trust
Hmm.
somebody with your business, then
Hmm.
you know you're good.
Exactly.
I went into a partnership
What up, Jay
that
On?
didn't turn out great, and I
Hmm.
lost a business because I didn't want to deal with lawyers. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm just going to cut my losses and
Yeah.
keep it moving. And it all worked out for the better. But at that
Hmm.
time, you don't see that. You're like, I just got to do what's the least dramatic way for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Jay? Yeah.
Hmm.
What is the most asked question that you get from people? Because I know people hit you up for several things because you do so much. What is something that people ask a
Mm.
lot to you?
I mean, they asked me to listen to their stuff, and you know,
Aside
can
from that,
I?
work wise, what type of work do they want to do with you? Do they want you for your production? Do they want you as an
Oh yeah,
artist?
they don't want me for anything that's going to help me. They want me. That's what's going to help them. So
That's sad.
that's these beats. I mean, that's the way of the world.
Well, how do you what? So what do you say to these people?
You want what I got, you got to pay for it.
Or bring some other type of
Period.
value, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Bring some
Yeah,
other type of value to what I'm already
right,
trying to accomplish. If you can
right.
do that, then that makes sense. That's
That's
why
true.
I do like these comedy songs with like these comedians and stuff. Because they allow me to act. They allow me to be funny and shoot stuff you know and
If
I give
you
them what they need for the music.
If you had to choose one of all your talents that you can't do the rest, what would you do? Life and death situation.
All the talents and not do any of the rest of them. I mean, probably music.
Yeah, but I mean, within music,
Oh,
would you be the artist,
I
the
think
produce,
produce. Yeah,
over playing saxophone?
yeah, heck yeah. I can't make no money doing that.
Do you still play
Yeah.
for fun, or do you use that for your productions?
I use it for because the thing is, I've done it since fourth grade. So and then I did it on the road for so many years. Like when I got off the road, I didn't play sax for like 2 years. I didn't really start playing the
Wow.
sax again until I started becoming an artist. So
Right.
that's the only space I really use the sax in.
But you
and
also
then
know
sometimes on track.
that you can already do that. You accomplished what you needed to accomplish with that, so you're focusing on something else that you still, have goals for, I guess. I would still love to see you tour. I mean, you've probably been here, and I didn't know it.
What you said? Amsterdam?
Amsterdam, yeah.
Oh yeah, heck yeah! I've been to Amsterdam twice.
Oh wait, we
Hey,
talked about that. You were here when
yeah, they
John
had some
Legend
stuff.
had that
Man,
incident.
I smoked some stuff at this coffee house called Cheese, and man, that shit had me gone. Whew.
I remember because you were playing down my street when John Legend made the headlines over here in the national newspaper with his linen pants. Yeah,
with the boner, the living
yeah, the
pants with
boner,
the
yeah,
boner.
the boner with the underage lady on the stage. I mean, he didn't know that, but it was hilarious. It was hilarious. I have some questions from people.
Okay.
Okay, so this is Patty Lachey. How are you feeling, generally speaking? Oh, wait, where did
Content.
it go? Oh, wow, that's a good feeling. If the world would fall apart right now, would you be okay? That's a good feeling to have. So you're doing good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Patty. I have another question from, this is a good one, from Katie. What are you looking forward to? Probably the world opening up.
Yeah, the world opening up, and I have a song coming out on February 26th on a Tom and Jerry movie. So,
oh, cool, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
I wonder if the movie makes it over here. We'll see. I'll bootleg it.
Yeah.
I have to do that with stuff sometimes when it doesn't reach the Netherlands. Kay also sends a question. What never fails to make you laugh?
Butter.
Like your partner or?
Yes, he's hilarious.
Is he now?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to talk to him then. Is he a comedian? Undercover comedian?
He can be. He kind of corny too. So
I like corny. I'm corny.
He like corny funny sometimes. But yeah, yeah.
I'm dad
But we be
joke
going
funny.
at it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I've accepted it. I'm funny, but corny funny. Who are some people that you would absolutely want to work with in this lifetime? Who are on your bucket list to work with? Could be film, could be music, could be anybody.
I mean, Bruno. Anybody's really musically inclined. Lizzo. I like Doja Cat.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of rappers. It's just that we do everything. So
right.
We just wanna work.
And as an artist though, because you started to pursue a career as an artist as well.
Yeah.
Who would you really want to collaborate with, you being the artist? What producer would you love to work with as an artist?
Probably Pharrell.
Ooh, that would be good.
Yeah, I like his drums. Like Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, like some musical stuff.
Oh, I love that. I would love to hear that. Now, I heard some stuff that you were working on yesterday. That was dope.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. If you could be the featured artist on somebody else, who would it be? Somebody else's record.
I have no idea.
And
I don't think that much about myself like that.
and this is why I'm asking you these questions, because you're trying to put yourself out there as an artist. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm speaking all these things into existence. So if you end up working with Pharrell, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Bruno, you're welcome.
Thank
I'll
you.
come and collect my referral fee, or my speaking it into existence fee. Okay, so what are some of the things that you absolutely live by? Like mottos, or a way of life where you feel like I can't live any other way?
If you don't know the answer to it, you ask the question. My grandpapa always told me that. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you don't know the answer to it. And don't ask shit if you ain't got the bag. Got a whole song about it.
That's
Yeah,
that's
cause
very
people
cutthroat.
people will like really literally use you up if you let
Yeah.
them. And people have used me up, and it kind of made me a little jaded, but
Do
it
you
also
feel like
makes
you're
me happy.
jaded?
Yeah, at times, definitely.
As positive as you are, I
Oh,
feel like you
because you have to bring the positivity to your life, and show that, and focus on that side. Other stuff, it is what it is. Crap happened, but I'm still, I'm not. Oh, I'm not closed because of it. I'm not like, what's the
right,
word I'm looking for? I'm not.
bitter.
Yeah, I'm not bitter over it.
Right.
I just, it's just a lesson learned, and you
You're
just gotta take those
cautious
lessons. Yeah, very cautious.
and straight up. Because
Yeah.
one of the things that I learned in this business is that Americans, and no offense to Americans because I work with everyone, but Americans tend to really talk a good game. Like they make everything look a lot bigger and better than it really is. And then you
Fully.
find out they ain't talking about shit. And
None.
so they rope you in. They're like, "Oh, I'm doing this and this and that," and then you like excited, and then you step into it, and then nothing is happening.
Yeah.
Like, as a Dutch
Yeah.
person, we're pretty straight up. We're pretty,
Yeah.
what you see is what you get. And I
Mhm.
mean, we've had this conversation, and I'm trying to hold up my end of the deal that I talked to you about. And I'm depending on other people, and I feel, oh, I can't be doing this. I'm so Dutch. I'm like, I can't be saying stuff that I can't do. And
Yeah.
so I've noticed that Americans are very much like, especially in LA. The first few times I was in LA, everybody was somebody. Can we just have a normal conversation? We don't have to one up each other. It's so hard to
Man.
have a normal conversation out there.
I literally hate walking up and then having to say, "Oh yeah, I'm Bizkit, I produce." I hate that. I hate that.
Honestly, if I would have,
That's the one thing I did like having a manager when I had a manager
they
was
can do the talking.
they could do all the talking. I could just be in the room and they say, "Oh yeah, I got this producer, blah 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 blah." Perfect. I ain't gotta say shit. But
Right.
yeah,
No,
now
but
you gotta run.
it's more so, it's like if I was in LA right now and I ran into you at some show or an event and we're mingling and I happen to talk to you, we can have a normal conversation like, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm from Amsterdam. What do I love it here. How did you get? But then everybody in LA is always immediately pitching themselves.
Always.
It's so tiring. I just want to have a normal conversation. Can we just, I don't care if you're the garbage guy. I just want to have a normal
I mean, I
conversation.
understand it. They want opportunities.
Yeah,
This
but
is the land. It's supposed to be the land of opportunities and all that. So
well, it's how you
I
go
get
about
it.
it.
But it's about how you go about it. But at the end of the day, but yeah, it's about how you go about it. But isn't it also like the same thing? Like it's kind of like some bullshit anyway. Because they really genuine? Or are they acting genuine?
Right. But
so you got all these different versions of characters. So it's like it's people that are genuine. You don't really know if they're genuine, and claim that they're genuine, but not really. Like, oh man.
oh yeah, I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it
Yeah,
100.
yeah.
No, but
I'm the realest
LA,
nigga out here. I'm the realest nigga out here. Are you?
we'll see about that. Let me be the judge of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in LA, I've noticed that it's really bad because, when I'm there, nobody knows who I am. I'm not famous and I'm just there and they start pitching themselves. I'm like, why are you pitching to me? Like, I'm nobody. Like, and so that was very tiring.
They're pitching to you because they looking at you, something you have on or somebody you spoke to that made them believe that, oh, this might be somebody. I need to let them know who I am so
And
they
I
can
walk
tell me who
away.
they are, and then blah 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 blah.
I walked away. I gave one person a
It's
chance
called
and
networking.
huh?
It's called networking. It's just networking. It's just how you go about the networking.
Yeah. It's
is
energy too
everything.
for me. I've learned to really listen to my gut feeling and listen to or feel the energy of a person. I've
Yeah, and
always
all,
ignored it. That was one of my biggest mistakes in this industry. I was just always happy go lucky, giving everybody a chance,
yeah.
and got burned so many times. Now I'm like, okay, let me just calm down and see what this energy is about. And
Hmm.
that really turned out to be helpful, listening to your gut. Yeah, I never did
Hmm.
that. So terrible. I have more questions. Um, well, somebody says, "Hey, hello." Uh, Big Prez Dog, blessings. What is your why? That's a really good question. Why do you do what you do?
Oh, why do I do it? Oh, I
Yeah.
do it because um, I just realized my purpose is. I realized that my purpose is to help usher because we're here for a little bit of time, not a long
Yeah.
time. So I don't know if I'm gonna like I'm 35. I don't know if I'm gonna have kids. I don't know none of that. So I know it's for what it is right now. I just help usher the next generation of greats. It seems like not too many people care about that, so that's what I want to be about.
Now you say that, and I'm going to play a little bit devil's advocate here. You say you want to
Hmm.
help the next generation, but when people
Hmm.
hit you up because they want something from you, you're like, you got to
Hmm.
pay me. So how do you
Hmm.
how do you separate those that you genuinely can help from those that just want to ride off of you and what you've accomplished?
Because it's not just about talent anymore. It's about all aspects of being able to take it to the next place. So you need all these aspects to be able to do that. It's not just talent anymore.
What are the
So
aspects?
you gotta know how to talk. You gotta know how to look. You gotta know how to do everything. You gotta know how to be a people. How to be a person that somebody is interested in seeing and wanting to know what they're doing, what they're putting out, all that stuff. So there's that along with the talent, and then you find the ones in the molds of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
And I
yeah,
ask this because people are watching that want to
yeah,
know. And so one of the things that I'll add to the aspects that you mentioned is learn about the business. If you want to
yeah.
be an artist or somebody in this industry, it doesn't matter if you want to be an artist, a producer, a manager, a DJ, a promoter, doesn't matter who you want to be. Learn the business, or at least the
Hmm.
basics of what is
Hmm.
going on, how people move in the industry overall, you know, lengths and all, branches of the industry. Because if you know the general landscape of the music or entertainment industry, then you're already a step further than most people. Hey,
Yeah.
Drazilla, what's up? um, so that is something that I feel like a lot of artists just want to be like, oh, I want to make money, stream music, and be famous.
See, the thing is, if you have a purpose, you realize where you're trying to go with it. Those things all come with it anyway.
Yes.
Because you
So
can't
find
do it
your
without those things
purpose.
anyway.
Find
Find
your
your purpose.
purpose.
Once you find your purpose, then everything will
Well,
align
align.
to to
Yeah.
to follow that purpose. That's why I've been able to do everything. So
So have
yeah.
have people reached out to you like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for whatever you did at that time for them?
Oh yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, especially lately, this pandemic definitely made people hit me up and like give me all my flowers. Like especially people that like I've helped,
That's
with
amazing.
their sound or how to do certain this that and the other. Yeah, it's just I don't know. Everybody's just like, oh yeah, they
And
say I
and you
look
know
so.
what? Yeah,
Oh,
you
he
look
looks
so
so
cuddly.
cuddly.
And I was gonna say I agree, but you always look cuddly. I mean, teddy bear. I'm just gonna put it out
Yeah,
there, teddy bear. Yasmina, go look up teddy bear by Bizkit.
yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's great that you get your confirmation now and not after you're long gone.
Yeah.
When you help people, I mean, I get it all the time as well. Even with these lives, people hit me up like, thank you so much for this live. Last week I had a live or what was it, 2 weeks ago? And one of my friends actually got inspired to make music off of what he saw in the live because he
Oh wow,
related to the person I was talking to. And that was
that's
really,
dope.
to me, that's the the payment that I get out of this, you know.
Yeah.
And the satisfaction. And so I'm happy to keep doing this. And I'm not even gonna lie, this shit is tiring as hell doing all these lives. But I do get an energy out of it. Like even
What
an
are
hour
they?
before
They're an
this.
hour long?
It's an hour. I mean, depending. Some are 2 hours, some are, I don't know, you know, some are, it depends. But usually before I start this live, I'm like, oh, I gotta live. But I know who I'm talking to, and I know I always get like hyped during the conversation because it inspires me, and all the DMs I get afterwards are very inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
So I do it with love and passion, but
That's awesome.
it's energy that I put in there, and I know I'm getting the energy back. But this is what my purpose is, to help others in this industry and inspire them, especially during this pandemic. Yeah, I'm not getting paid for this, but that doesn't matter because the connections I got out of this is insane. It's amazing.
Exactly.
And I felt a calling to do this, and I'm not stopping. So
that's cool. And we met on Clubhouse.
We met on Clubhouse, yes.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm not even on Clubhouse like that.
I never see it. It only takes 1 minute on Clubhouse to find the right person. Yeah. And we're going to make great things happen together as well. And I'm very grateful to have connected with you because, you know, you can meet thousands of people on Clubhouse, but there's only a few that you really click with and you see potential with and working with. And that was also based off of our energy. And I know people are now like, what, Clubhouse? Ooh. I'm like, no, man, it's all about how you use it. Just like Instagram or Facebook or MySpace back in the day. It's how you use it and how you know, click and connect and listen to your gut. My gut told me that he was a great person. He actually beat me to it. We were in the same room and I heard you talk and I wanted to hit you up and then you hit me up already. So
yeah, so manager, I'm like, who you got?
You know, in all honesty, I just thought you looked cuddly. No, I'm kidding. No,
the truth.
It was great though, and you know, you just know from the first conversation you have with a person if it's a good connection or not. And I honestly also believe that God strategically places people in my life. So this was not a coincidence. We will make some great things and help the world be a better place than it is now, which should be easy because it's shit right now.
Woo.
All right. Well, with that said, I want to thank you for being a guest. What's up, Lionel? What's up, Cole? I see you. So yeah, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy day of all productions and all the greatness that you're cooking up.
Thank you.
What can we expect from you in the near future? You talked about the song for the Tom and Jerry movie. What else?
Yeah, Tom and Jerry movie. I don't know if I can talk about a lot of stuff.
Hey, promote it. Put it out there.
I could promote my stuff. I'm not sure I can promote some of this other stuff that I have.
Just whatever you can say.
Yeah. I have a project.
Okay, we missed that.
I think I'm going to call it Trouble.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay. I want to drop a Afrobeat inspired project called Trouble. Yeah. So I think that's.
What is the timeline for that? Do you have a timeline?
I'm thinking like March or April.
Oh, that's quick already. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, yeah. Well, the first one is going to be the song called Show Off, featuring Young Six.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be cool.
All right. Anything else as far as your other ventures, such as acting or modeling or?
I mean, nothing right now. Let me know if you see my commercial again.
Yeah, I don't get it over here, but
yeah.
Are you interested in taking on more acting roles?
Oh, fully.
Okay, then I'm gonna get you on the side after this because I may have something
fully.
for you.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much for all of this. Is there anything you want to say to whoever is tuned in now or will be watching this later? Some advice?
If you're getting into entertainment, it's an interesting business right now. Don't do it unless you love it. And then if you love it, be consistent at it. And just when you get to those good times, the good times, they just outweigh the bad days.
They make it worth the bad times.
They make it worth it. Yeah.
Do the good times outweigh the bad times?
I think they do.
And you know, not everybody gets bad times.
I mean, that's also like, you know, go through with relationships. When you're in a relationship, you're like, oh, this is toxic. Why are you still in it? Because you hold on to that good time.
Well, it's not. You know what? That's not necessarily the same, because sometimes you need to let that not so good thing go.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. just try to make sure I understand clearly. But hey, there goes your partner. Hey, butter. I think we're the same as far as corny jokes, so I'm gonna have to, you know, rep with you. Like, I need to hear some jokes and see if you're on my corny level. So no, thank you so much. And obviously, if anybody sees this and wants to pursue a career in the entertainment industry, it comes with a whole bunch of things. Be prepared for it. You have to have thick skin. Me as a woman in this hip hop / urban environment, trust me, my skin is like an elephant right now, and I had to grow it. Trust me, there are so many times I wanted to throw in the towel and quit, but then the passion and the purpose called me, and I was right back there. I never really quit, but it's, I mean, still now, even with this pandemic, I felt like, what am I going to do? And then, you know, I got motivated again by some people from Clubhouse. So thanks for being one of those people.
Awesome.
Yes. And good luck with everything. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay blessed.
Thank you.
I will get you on the side about some other stuff. And stay inspiring, people.
Yes.
Thank you
so much. Thank you for having me.
I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone, for another funny and inspiring talk with Bizkit this time. If you don't know who he is, please look him up. Look up all his production work. Go to Spotify. Bizkit B&B is his, I think that's his Spotify for his production work. He's an artist himself as well. So please make sure you support him. He's an awesome person to know and to possibly work with. When you hit him up, make sure you bring value to the table. Don't just say, hey, I need this or I need that. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks, Lionel. Thanks, Hip Hop Collector. Thanks, Oliver. I do have some people. Oh, I forgot this one question. Oh, well. And who is this? Somebody wants to get in my live. No, we're not doing that. My live is finished. Pretty much all of my February is already full booked with amazing guests. So who do I have? I'm trying to find out now. Oh, I have Jackie's Boy this coming Wednesday. If you don't know who Jackie's Boy is, heavyweight in this industry as well. Worked with Madonna, with Justin Bieber, with Johnny Gill, Sean Stockman. So please be tuned in this Wednesday for an amazing talk with Jackie's Boy. And then I got amazing producer James Worthy coming up. I got TT the Artist. I got Fredro Starr also this month. See, I'm all like messed up, but I have amazing guests. So thank you. Stay tuned in every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. CET, 3 p.m. EST, 12 p.m. PST. Stay healthy. Thank you guys for watching, and feel free to share all the lives. You can watch them back on IGTV. Love you guys. Stay safe. Bye.